Okay, good windy Sunday afternoon in Enid, Oklahoma. We're coming to you live from headquarters, Burleson for Congress, Wade and Rochelle Burleson. We were at church this morning, and then we had a community group luncheon. Wanted to come down this afternoon and give you a live Facebook video. I do these things without notes, they're off the top of my head. But I try to answer questions that you guys have, and we got a lot last Sunday. Today we're going to talk about a question that's on the hearts and minds of many of you, and that's farm subsidies. Direct payments from the government to farmers and ranchers in Oklahoma, particularly focusing on District 3, which is a massive district, half our state. In fact, Rochelle, that's been a little surprising, I think, to some people. It's really big, isn't it?
Right. Really half the state, and encompasses not just going east of us, but all the way to the western borders.
Yeah.
And south.
Yeah. So, Stillwater, we're coming your way. We got things we did this week in Mustang and Wacomas, throughout Enid. We've got a big fundraiser coming up this Thursday. We'll be coming over to Tulsa on some events in West Tulsa, and then folks out in the Panhandle, Woodward. We had a great time. We're going to Guymon, Boise City, and then Hollis, Southwest Oklahoma. We talked to a family this morning. We're going to have a meet and greet down that way. So anyway, we're coming your way. All of you know ranchers and farmers in Oklahoma. What about surplus payments? What about the Farm Bill and subsidies? Wade, are you for them or against them? It's a great question. I am for them, for ranchers and farmers, with a caveat. Most of you probably don't know that the Farm Bill, which will come to Congress next January, the 118th, and Lord willing, I'll be serving as your congressman, 76% of the $500 billion omnibus bill goes to food stamps. And as we said in the past, there's a tremendous amount of fraud that is taking place. Very little of that money goes to farmers and ranchers to help sustain farmers and ranchers in terms of what you do, raising cattle, crops, your harvest, getting started. If you're a young rancher or a young farmer, it's very, very difficult to become a new farmer in our day. It takes so much capital. And here's what's fascinating about the 17% of the omnibus farm bill that goes as subsidies to farmers. It goes mostly to large corporations. And it's the small mom and pop generational farms that are suffering. I will fight for you guys to make sure in this day that our ranchers and farmers in western Oklahoma have everything you need to make your farm successful. Whether it's better highways, beef processing plants, whether it's help during drought with crop insurance, or keeping the cost of fuel low by opening up drilling in Oklahoma that the Biden administration has shut down. We're almost out of time, but I've got one more minute that I want to take and let you know what my major concern is with agriculture in western Oklahoma. The United Nations is taking over. In the name of equity, the United Nations, in conjunction with many federal bureaucracies, have allowed China to step in to western Oklahoma and buy up hundreds of thousands of acres of land. And they're putting our farmers out of business because the small town rancher and farmer can't afford the price of land that China's driving through the roof. The question that we have to ask ourselves is this: why is China interested in western Oklahoma? And I close by telling you why. The Chinese Communist Party, not the Chinese people, they're wonderful people. The Chinese government is seeking to control the United States food supply. They have no business being in western Oklahoma. None. And I promise you, when I go to Congress, I will fight for you ranchers and farmers from western Oklahoma, and I will put a stop to what China is doing. Just a word of caution. I think a black swan event could be coming very soon. We may find, Rochelle, lines of American people looking for food or not able to afford food because Russia's now out, Ukraine's out, there's been a big drought in central North America, and the Chinese have shut down our processing plants and are controlling farming in the Midwest. That is not right. Vote for Burleson for Congress June 28th, and I promise I will defend farmers and ranchers.